Dolly Parton is famous for her many generous donations to various charities and causes, but she's also notorious for her extravagant spending habits. From owning her own theme park empire to having a closet the size of a small country, Dolly knows how to live it up in style. Facts First presents How Dolly Parton Wastes Her Millions. Dolly's Wealth Explained. Dolly Parton, of course, is a beloved singer, songwriter, actress, and philanthropist who's amassed a significant fortune throughout her career. She's not only known for her iconic country music hits, but also for her entrepreneurial spirit. Her primary source of income comes from her successful music career, which spans more than 5 decades. She's sold over 100 million records worldwide and has numerous chart-topping singles including Jolene, Two Doors Down, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You. Parton has also earned money through acting roles, including performances in movies like Steel Magnolias and 9 to 5. But her business ventures extend beyond music and acting. She's also a savvy entrepreneur with investments in a variety of industries, like theme parks, restaurants, and real estate. Her most famous business venture is Dollywood, a theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Additionally, Dolly owns several businesses, including a successful line of home goods, a production company, and a publishing imprint. High-class fashionista. Dolly Parton's spending habits are as flamboyant as her personality. She doesn't shy away from splurging on her business expenses, which include her iconic sparkling costumes and custom-made wigs. Her wigs are exclusively handcrafted by her hairdresser, Cheryl Riddle, and the cost of each can go up to a whopping $5,000. Dolly was once quoted as saying she's lost count of how many wigs she owns. Since she wears a different one almost every day, that means she must have at the very least 365. At $5 large a pop, that means Parton's wig collection is worth close to $2 million. When it comes to her stage outfits, Dolly doesn't settle for anything off the rack. Her friends have confided that most of her clothes are custom-made, and it's probably where she indulges herself the most. However, when Dolly is spending her time around her Brentwood, Tennessee estate with her husband Carl Dean, she opts for more modest attire. Growing up with 11 siblings in poverty has left a lasting impact on Dolly's spending habits. She acknowledges that while she may look like a material girl, she's really not. She wears clothes for years and often thinks of her parents who could have fed their large family for weeks with the amount of money she would spend on a single coat. Dolly's theme park empire. In 1986, Dolly teamed up with Silver Dollar City Amusement Park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, 10 miles from where she grew up, and together they transformed the park into the now famous Dollywood. Parton's goal was to give back to her community by creating jobs and something great that would attract tourists to the area. And it worked. Even 25 years later, Dollywood remains the top tourist attraction in Tennessee, drawing in around 3 million visitors annually. With 160 acres nestled in the Great Smoky Mountains, the park offers a range of attractions for visitors of all ages. An adult ticket for one day costs $89, but for Dolly's fans, the experience is priceless. Parton also co-owns Dollywood Splash Country Water Park, which opened in 2001 and spans 35 acres. The water park operates seasonally from May to September and is a refreshing complement to Dollywood's offerings. Parton also has a stake worth $15 million in Dreammore Resort and Spa, a 20-acre hotel that features a shuttle to and from Dollywood, as well as personal items and memorabilia from Parton herself. One of the unique items on display is a chestnut dream box containing a recording of My Place in History, a song Parton wrote with the intention of it being released on her 100th birthday in 2046. With Parton's shares in her various ventures worth an estimated $165 million, it's safe to say her hometown roots have grown into a thriving empire. Dolly's Brentwood estate. Dolly Parton's sprawling Brentwood, Tennessee estate is a labor of love. Purchased for $400,000 in 1999, the 3,300 square foot home sits on a beautiful piece of land with a stream, hills, and a bitty bridge. Parton and her husband, Carl Dean, scouted all over Tennessee to find the perfect place to build their dream home. The estate boasts a swimming pool, tennis court, garden, and livestock barns. It's a serene and quiet place where Parton and her loved ones can unwind, and she's even joked they can walk around naked without anyone seeing them. For Parton, who grew up in a 2-room log cabin with no electricity or running water, this is a far cry from her humble beginnings. In fact, Dollywood features a replica of her childhood home built by her brother and furnished by her mother. Dolly and her husband own an RV and a few unassuming vacation homes. Rather than splurging on extravagant purchases, Dolly prioritizes practical and comfortable living. While she may treat Carl to a plush chair or purchase a porch swing for their backyard, she tends to be modest in her spending habits, with the exception of her love for custom-made clothes and wigs. Parton also owned a house in Hollywood, California, which she presumably used as a base while working on various projects in Tinseltown. The unpretentious 1,000-square-foot property had a country chic feel and was bought by the star in 2007 for $1.2 million. She later sold it in 2014 for $1.4 million. Dolly's cars. Dolly's radiant personality has captivated the world, and her cars have been no exception. Since becoming famous, Dolly has had a fondness for driving Cadillacs, with her favorite being the 1997 Cadillac d'Elegance. She drove it for over a decade before donating it to the Hollywood star's car collection in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. She later upgraded to a new Cadillac Escalade hybrid. Her generosity extends to her family, and she's always loved her mother in a big way. She bought her mother Cadillacs and would trade hers for the newest model to make her mother happy. One year for Christmas, she bought her mother a gold Cadillac that she lovingly calls the Dolly Mama. Both Dolly and her husband, Carl, drive it because it holds a special place in their hearts. That same year, the country music legend also looked to do something special for her father. She gifted him a massive blue truck that he cherished until he passed away. And after his death, Dolly kept the truck and later shared that it's still parked on the same property that her father used to own. Dolly's big heart. Dolly may be known for her extravagant taste in stage costumes and wigs, but when it comes to personal finances, she's surprisingly frugal. But her generosity knows no bounds, particularly towards her philanthropic pursuits. Her charitable efforts are among the most heartfelt and benevolent in the celebrity world. She famously founded the Dollywood Foundation, which has helped causes like childhood literacy, healthcare, environmental conservation, and disaster relief. Dolly has also donated to various organizations and initiatives that support marginalized communities, veterans, musicians, and children. Perhaps one of her most significant projects is the Imagination Library. She established the program in 1995 to promote reading among children in Sevier County, Tennessee. The Imagination Library sends free books to kids from birth until they start school, regardless of the family's financial status. In 2020, Dolly donated $1 million to Vanderbilt University Medical Center to aid in the development of a COVID-19 vaccine. Her contribution supported the creation of the Moderna vaccine, which has shown remarkable efficacy against the virus. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know Dolly owns more than 365 luxury wigs and that she refuses to buy clothes off the rack? Let us know in the comments section below.